Hello YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans, I'm Keith One Shot, and today we will be covering Batman Damned from DC Comics.
Black and white, love and hate, life and death. It's said there's a thin line between them, and it's true I suppose, but that thin line is a piece of string, stretched across a Grand Canyon. We're misunderstanding. Reminds me of an old joke, something to do with insanity, and a beam of light. Not much on the details. The punchline though? It's about a fall.
We then see Batman lying unconscious in the back of an ambulance. He looks beaten and torn up, with a wound at his side, gushing with blood. Then we hear a cop say,
"Not gonna believe who we got bleeding out in the wagon."
Then an EMT says, "You think I should? I mean, there may be head trauma." Then the other EMT says,
"Pulse is skyrocketing. You want to see who he is before everybody else does? You better."
Then the EMT starts cutting off Batman's mask. Then he says,
"That's not why I said head. Easy there, big man. Easy. Shit!"
Then Batman wakes up, grabs the EMT's arm. Then he smashes his head into a wall. Then Batman knocks out the other EMT. Then suddenly, the cop pulls out his gun, points it at Batman. Then he shouts,
"Batman, I'm on your side. Don't."
Then Batman says,
"Make me."
Then suddenly, Batman tackles the cop out of the back of a moving ambulance onto the city streets, where they both fall on the ground. One more thing about a fall. It ain't what hurts. It's the landing, even when it might be on a familiar corner. If you feel backed into it like an animal. We then see Batman start to stand up, as the citizens of Gotham surround Batman and the cop. The cop shouts,
"Stay back! All of you! He's dangerous!"
Dangerous? He's worse than that. He's wounded. He's desperate. He's running for his life. Which, by the by, has an end. They all do. Lives. Part of a great plan, I guess. Endings, though? Have to start somewhere. We then see Batman running through a Gotham City alleyway. Then suddenly, he falls down and grabs his wound. Then he shouts through a comlink,
"Alfred, I need your help."
That's the tricky part. With the Almighty involved, it's a bit of a, well, now we have a story. One I'm gonna try to avoid having to tell. While I'm telling it, we then see a flashback of earlier that day, as Batman falls off a Gotham City bridge and crashes into the water beneath him. Fallen from that height, should be dead. Back broken the very least, but the least he's never been. He's the best. To hell with the lad from Krypton. The story. It's a difficult one, see? I want to influence its outcome, but the lives involved. Their souls are a part of ours. The old plate of shrimp. Collective unconscious. Then as Batman regains consciousness and rises to the surface of the water, he sees an image of Thomas and Martha Wayne. Then Batman shouts,
"Mother!"
Then he hears Martha say, "Bruce!" Then Thomas says,
"We're here, son. You're doing fine. You've got this."
We then go back to the present day, where Batman is bleeding out in a Gotham City alleyway. Then Batman reaches out to a shadowy figure, as he shouts,
"Alfred, I need your help."
Oh, as the worst words could be spoke at me. You need my help? You either are, or soon will be, beyond redemption. Not my fault, I tell myself, but lying is a hobby to me. Your original unreliable narrator, John Constantine. Then as Constantine walks up to Batman, Batman shouts,
"You're not Alfred."
Then Constantine says, "No sir, seems the butler took the night off. But don't fret, old son, you're not alone." Then Constantine blows smoke in Batman's face. We then see a memory of Bruce Wayne as a kid, as he's spinning around on a roundabout, playing with other children his age. Then Bruce shouts, "Mom! Dad! I'm flying! I'm flying! Mom! Dad! Look at..." But Thomas and Martha Wayne are too distracted, as they're both talking to friends. But someone else did see Bruce, the Enchantress, and she whispers into Bruce's mind, "Me! Bruce! Look at me!" This freaks out Bruce Wayne, and he doesn't know what to do. Then he says, "Who are you?" Then the Enchantress says, "Me! I exist before and after all. I places, I times, I at once, I am desire and fear of desire. I, your secret, Bruce. Will you be mine? Then suddenly, young Bruce Wayne falls off the roundabout as he shouts, I can't, hold on! Then suddenly, Batman wakes up in the present day.
Ever wake up and not know where you are? Can be disorienting, till you suss out you're in a hotel, or you hear some pickup snoring through a hole that, not long ago, you were sucking that intimately. That recognition, a balm for the soul. But what if it don't come? What if you need a friend?
We then see Batman get up and walk into the other room, where John Constantine is drinking and smoking a cigarette. Then Constantine says, Welcome back to the world of the living. Blanks to fill, I know. I'll do my part. Telly can carry the rest. Then Batman says, I know you. Then Constantine replies, Course, and I know you. So let's spare the formalities. There's a man dead, and I don't mean you, pest, so sod off. Then Batman says, Excuse me? We then see a report on the news that says, Police discover body in Gotham River. Then Constantine says, Right? I'll keep quiet. It's just getting good. Then Batman says, I was on that bridge tonight. Then Constantine replies, Yeah, well, that may prove to be a bit of a problem for us. Then the reporter on the news says, And it seems that a decades-long Gotham nightmare is over. At long last, the man responsible for more deaths in this city than old age is dead. We then see the dead body of the Joker on the news. Then Batman says with a shocked face, Joker? Dead? Who's responsible? Then Constantine replies, That's the question tattooed on every corpse. Seems the coppers haven't a clue. Do you, detective? Bloody hell. We then see Batman jump out of the window and glide through Gotham City. Literally bloody hell. I say that having a knowledge of it. And the deaths will go to escape it. This night gonna fall darker before we're through. We then see a memory of Bruce Wayne as a kid, as Thomas Wayne is talking to a woman who's not his wife. Then Thomas says, Look, it's not a good idea. My son is. Then Bruce says to his father, Dad, it took till 17 before my spit hit the water. That's long, right? Then Thomas flicks his son a coin and says, It sure is, Bruce. Tell you what, try racing your spit with this penny. Then Bruce catches the penny and says, Okay, I'll try. But then suddenly, Bruce drops the penny down the bridge. Then the woman says to Thomas, Look, Tommy, your kid seems nice, but if you want to spend time with... Then Thomas says, You? Then girly, you gotta put up with... Then suddenly, Bruce reaches for the penny and starts falling off the bridge. Then the woman shouts, Jesus, Mary, and Joe! Then Thomas jumps forward and grabs his son as he shouts, Bruce, what the hell are you? Do you want to get yourself killed? Answer me! Do you want to get yourself killed? Sad question to ask a boy. Sad question. The kind that could put the fear of God in him, spook him, cripple him, or worse. We then go back to the present day, where we see Batman on top of the bridge where the Joker died, as Jim Gordon investigates the crime scene. We then see a homeless man who's being interviewed by GCPD, as the homeless man tells them, Was a monster that done this. I seen him. Seen him with my own 2 eyes. Screaming and laughing, and wet and crackling. The devil fell from heaven. The devil is here in Gotham City. Then Jim Gordon says, Amen to that. Then Jim lights his pipe and walks away. Ha, go easy on yourself, Commissioner. There be angels too. I wonder though, as you trust, what good are they? What purpose do angels serve? I mean, is it cynical to call them cannon fodder? Or is that being optimistic? Guardians from ourselves. Heavens no. From our neighbors. Evil. It's real. And its coils wind around every heart that beats. The devil. He admits what the angels won't. God is insane. Then, as Jim Gordon walks to his car, the homeless man from before walks up to Jim and shouts, What you see you deny. Delusions. The skin. I see way beyond. I see the calluses that cover your eyes. I saw a murder, Commissioner Gordon. Why don't you believe me? Then Jim Gordon replies, Because I believe in him. Then suddenly, we see Batman on top of the roof. Then Jim Gordon says, Godspeed! Again, Commissioner? Why, Jim Gordon? Who knew you had a funny bone? I'd wager not the man who finds it fun to break 'em. Then the homeless man starts running away, as he shouts, "No! Leave me alone!" Oi, friend, it's too late for that. You can't take back what you've seen, or what you've said. He heard you, and now, he needs to know what you know. Back to the Almighty. Was the stress of creation that drove it mad? Not hard to believe, is it? In the grand scope of things. I mean, one would have to be a raving lunatic to come up with the firmament, underworld, mortal coil, and all that shit entails. If not, the very act of creation itself would drive one bats. Not that I'm judging. Hell, who am I to judge the top judge? But between me and the wall, mysterious ways is kind of a way of saying arbitrary and capricious. Again, not judging. God forbid. Not that it ever would. Free will and all. Free will. The news we're all born with. Here comes the judge. We then see Batman follow the homeless man into a tunnel. Then a mysterious voice says, "I know what you did." Later on, we see Batman enter the Batcave. Then he says, "Computer. Standing by. Run body scan. Scanning. Complete. Heart rate 120/86. Weight 270.3. No new contusions or rescan for recent wounds or scar tissue. Scanning. Expected blood vessel trauma at joints. Bruising on back and right thigh. Swelling in right labrum. 0.02% greater than. Any evidence of multiple fatal stab wounds? Negative. Negative. Affirmative. Bullshit. Computer. Standing by. Report deaths tonight. On or near Gotham Gate Bridge. John Doe found on bridge. Current location? Gotham Morgue. John Doe retrieved from river. Current location? Unknown. Unknown? Elaborate. Searching. No further information. No. A body just doesn't disappear. Check again. Then again, we hear a mysterious voice say to Bruce, "Maybe check your head." Then suddenly, Bruce sees the Batsuit reach out to him, which confuses him. Then he cowers in fear, as he shouts, "No! No!" Later on in the streets of Gotham City, we see a street performer entertaining a crowd. Then the woman says, "Know what separates humanity from animals? Ain't thumbs. Rats got those. No, it's the ability to lie. Pick a card." Then a man says, "That one." Then the woman says, "Okay, keep your eyes on the card. The Queen of Clubs. Queen of Clubs. Our furry friends can only tell the truth. It's why we love them. God bless their soulless hearts." That's right, I'm going there. Eyes on the cards. Because it's the soul, a purely human trait, gives us the ability to lie. Where's your queen? Then a nearby homeless man says, "Middle." Then all the people say, "Bum's right, the middle. Homeless dude, man, come on." But yeah. Then the woman says, "You sure?" Then a man says, "I am. Middle." Another man says, "In." Then another man says, "Me too." Then the woman says, "Seems like I'm gonna lose some." Then she flips over the cards and reveals the Jack of Diamonds. Then all the people say, "Whoa!" Then the woman tips her hat and says, "Well, well, well, look who it is. Not who he thought it was. Perhaps yonder hobo steered you right. Or did he want you to lose your money? Gentlemen, telling lies is a part of our fabric, but it's balanced by the desire to believe lies too. Could be said, what makes us human is the ability to deceive and to be deceived." Then, a nearby man says to the homeless man, "Hey, Batman! Nice disguise!" Then the man screams out in pain, "Oh, fuck! I'm gonna be..." Then we see that the man was possessed by Deadman, and Deadman's time in this body has ran out. Well, this skinned horror show needs some explaining. Name was Boston Brand when he was alive. Now though, he's Deadman, and a pest to be honest, can only find purchase on this rich pignet, taking occupancy in the living. But the miserable sod can't stay put in one body too long. He's like food poisoning, or the fucking staph. He's not quite puke, but he's close. We then see Deadman possess the body of a nearby woman. Then he says, "Ah, much better. Now, as I was saying, there's a conspiracy against you. Dark forces, man. And if you don't..." We then hear the street performer say, Keep your eyes on the cards. Eyes on the cards. They're moving quickly. Can't stop them. Eyes on the cards. Watch the one. Watch where it goes. Right under your nose. Don't blow it. We then see Deadman get kicked out of the body of the woman and jump into a nearby dog. Then the dog starts barking and runs away. Then the street performer says to the homeless man, who's really Bruce Wayne, "Nice trick." Then Bruce says, "Excuse me, can you help?" Then the woman says, "Sorry, not today. City mission's down the block." Then Bruce says, "Yeah, looking for a buddy of mine. Probably been there more than once. Worried about him. Gotta find him. Wearing green. He's pale sick." Then the woman says, "Crazy? This your friend?" Then she holds out a Joker card. What's it like? Is failure a part of his DNA? See, the world has utterly failed him. Doesn't it stand to reason that his standards are so high that he can't help but fail himself? To be so relentlessly driven, that failure is met with violence. Well, it must be tiring, even for you. You're human after all. Only the dead don't sleep. We then see a memory of young Bruce Wayne as he's laying in bed, as he overhears his parents arguing in the next room. Then suddenly, the Enchantress appears in Bruce's room. Then she says, "No, true. Bruce, you want. I know what. I know. Don't be afraid. Ever, never again." Then Bruce says, "I'm not afraid." Then the Enchantress says, "Should be. I be. Of you to be." Then Bruce says, "Afraid of me?" Then Enchantress says, "Price high. Tears. Your tears. Will you cry for me?" Then she holds a bat up to young Bruce's chest. Then suddenly, Bruce wakes up in the present day, holds his chest, and screams, "No!" Then we hear a voice on the news say, "Word of a kidnapping that unfortunately can only mean one thing. Your nightmare. Gotham continues. For a minister, a rabbi, and a priest were simultaneously abducted just minutes ago. Have you heard that one? Feel the connection slither up your spine or run down your leg. Then you're not alone. That crime can only be the work of one man." We then see Batman walk into a church in Gotham City, where John Constantine is already waiting. Then John says, "So a bat walks into a church." Then Batman says, "Is that supposed to be funny, Constantine?" Then John replies, "Funny? Heavens no. Joker's dead. Or he isn't. Do you believe in an afterlife?" Mute question, I suppose. For obviously, it believes in you. Then, as Batman walks further into the church and looks up at the crucifixion, he sees that the crucifixion of Christ has been painted to look like the Joker. And that ends today's story. This has been my dramatic reading of Batman Damned, Part 1, from DC Comics Black Label, written by Brian Azzarello, with artwork by Lee Bermejo, and letters by Jared K. Fletcher. I'm your host, Keith One Shot. Take care, have a great day, and goodbye!